I want to hear this Zapdos. I want to hear the sound of my childhood. Theoretically, this should work. And if this doesn't work, then this doesn't make a very good video. Oh my god. Hey there guys, trying something a little bit new today. So the other day I bought something on eBay, and with it, the seller included a 1999-1988 Burger King Pokemon toy. It was one of the blind bag ones, and it was Zapdos. And I thought that was, kind of nostalgic for me. It's been a while since I've seen one of these, and I don't think I ever owned this particular one as a kid. And it was new in bag, and it had the little tab in it, and I thought to myself, how cool would this be if this still worked? So I pulled out the little paper tab, and I pressed the switch, and nothing happened. So you can see it's got a speaker there, so I really want to hear this thing actually work. So what I'm thinking today is I would go ahead and open it up and see if I could make it work again. So looking at it, it seems like it's just friction fit into here. There's probably some adhesive, but looking around, doesn't feel like there's any screws underneath this little sticker. So I think that it's really just right in this slot. So I'm gonna go ahead and open up my fancy non-sponsored iFixit kit, pull out my spudger tool, and we're gonna see if we can work around in here, maybe pry it up without damaging it too badly. Because, like I said, I really want to hear this thing. Definitely putting up a bit of a fight. I think I might need to grab one of the thicker pry tools. And maybe a couple of these for good measure, too. Alright. Now, I want to be careful trying to pry here, because that's the button. You need to make sure that that doesn't get damaged so it'll actually work when this is all said and done. Sure, I could have left this in pristine condition, but I don't necessarily care about looking at it. I want to hear it. I want to hear the sound of my childhood and the 90s. Actually, I think this was for Pokemon the movie 2000, so, the early aughts. Still my childhood. How terrible would it be if I just sliced through a speaker wire sliding past there? Ooh, sounds mildly crunchy. That's not good. Maybe I can see a little circle there under the sticker. Let's see if I can feel any in some corresponding places. So right there. Not feeling any depressions. So it doesn't feel like there are screws, but I'm definitely running into some spots where it feels like there are screws going through. But you know what? The end goal is I want to hear this Zapdos. Well, that's tearing through the plastic there. I guess this is not a reversible procedure. But, like I said, the goal is I want to hear this Zapdos. So even if I break the rest of this, I want to be able to get in here, change the battery, press this button. Ooh, button was a little bit sticky there. But I want to press this button, hear this speaker. It's starting to get in here. Alright. I really don't feel anything on the front plate here. So it's not a screw, but it's got a massive amount of glue right there. And then it looks like there's another one. And then another one. This thing is just loaded up with pegs that have a massive amount of glue on them. I don't care about the back, so let's just double check that there's no screws underneath this. Okay, so there's no screws underneath there. Yeah, there's just so many pegs. And they're just glued like you would not believe. Alright, so you see the button has this plastic bow in there, and the plate is pushing it up against it so it doesn't slip out. So it's got a plastic spring to return it to its out position. The end goal is not this being pretty, it's just hearing Zapdos. That is my mission. They really did not build these to be serviced. And the batteries are soldered. Right? Oh no, they're just held down with spring tension. They look like they've got a little solder point on them, but they don't. So I should just be able to replace those. Ooh, this one's looking a little crusty. Not so much on that one. This is where the paper tab was up in there. It slipped in underneath that one. Right there. Seems like I'm at the point where I can actually hear this again. So be right back with some batteries. There we go. Just had to clean up the desk a little bit, get rid of some of that plastic shrapnel. Alright, so upon looking at the batteries, you can see that these are AG10 watch batteries. And very fittingly, best by April 2009. The only AG10s that I've got are, well, they're 9 years newer, but if these don't work, I do have some AG13s that are considerably newer. They're a bit thicker by a pretty good margin. I'm not sure they'll fit, but, at this point, no going back. All or nothing. Come on, Zapdos. Yeah. Ooh. Little bit of corrosion dust. Ah, yep. This is not pretty. Alright. Oh. Oh. Well, the contacts still seem good. But, well, that peg snapped right off. But I don't need that to be anything other than just a bridge between these two. I'm going to just hold my finger on it just to make sure they're connected. Maybe if I hold both of them down. Well, you know what? The batteries are over a decade out of date. Because that's snapped off, I don't have to worry about them fitting anymore. I just have to worry about keeping my fingers on them. Moment of truth. Alright, couldn't get that to work. So, I want to go and take it apart more and see if I can't just just find a place to bridge two contacts. There's a little board. Okay. So this little ramped slider just pushes this to make contact there, and it looks like I tore it up whenever I was trying to open it. Didn't I say something like that? How terrible would it be if I just like sliced through a speaker wire sliding past there? Ooh. Sounds mildly crunchy. That's not good. I don't even know if these old batteries are working or not, but going forward, I am going to be using these just because they're newer and I feel like there's less question about them. My next step is I'm going to go ahead and take these batteries, place them in here, tape them down with this contact metal across them, and I've got an old PS2 mouse that I'm going to harvest some wire out of. And I don't have any electrical tape, but I do have some Gorilla Tape. And I'm just going to tape everything into place, get a loose wire taped down onto one of those contacts, and then I'm going to turn it around, bridge the other one, and see if this actually works. Alright, and do my best to lay this directly on that piece of metal. Now, the moment of truth. Will this... Let's just go for sound. Now let's build more suspense. Theoretically, this should work. If this doesn't work, then this doesn't make a very good video. It works. Oh my god, that surprised me so much. But, oh, I haven't heard that in 20 years. Let's do it again. Oh, I'm shaking. I'm gonna bring the microphone in nice and close for this. That's the sound of my childhood. It took 20 years to hear that again. But that was worth it. Alright. You have a great day. I'm gonna get all this cleaned up. That's good as new.